Hello everyone, welcome back. It has been some time since I last put anything on here, but we are back with something. First of all, Merry Christmas. And here you are, Call of Duty Ghosts, as you can see. This is going to be part of a new series where, because Call of Duty has entered its 20th anniversary as of 2023, that was a while back end of October, I thought, let's look at the last 10 Call of Duties, starting with this one, COD Ghosts, right up to Modern Warfare 3, or probably Vanguard is where I'll go to. And what this series is going to be, I'm going to pick some levels that I love, and a level I don't like from each Call of Duty. I was thinking of starting with the one I don't like, but I'd like to start things on a positive note. So rather than do a whole campaign playthrough that might get a bit tired and bored, we'll pick levels that I like. We've got three, I've picked three in mind. I'm going to start with Clockwork because it's all snowy, and that's quite Christmassy, and I think this is the standout level in the game anyway. So if you want to start on a good foot, it's the best way to really go. We'll be doing all these on the hardest difficulty other than some of the other later ones like Black Ops 3. I don't think I'll do that on realistic, but we might do. I haven't even really decided a format for this. Am I going to do the whole level? I don't know. Or am I going to do... who knows? I might just do... I might chop it up and edit it. You'll know yourselves when you watch it. But I'll shut up and let this play out.
The President has authorized Operation Clockwork. An assault on a Fed facility high in the Andes that could give us the answer. You will infiltrate the facility and gather any information you can on their missile program.
What about your old friend, Rourke? He won't stop coming for us.
Rourke will get his. But as of now, Clockwork is the priority.
So here we are with Clockwork, June 20th.
22:35.
So I'll discuss a bit of COD Ghost while we're playing this in the usual fashion, like people kind of expect. The first thing I'll do is just lower that volume because I should have done some better testing before I started, but oh well, if it's a mess I'll have to redo it. But COD Ghosts, an interesting Call of Duty to say the least, probably the real downturn in this series' fortunes. Call of Duty was riding high after Black Ops 2. It had a bit of a dud with Modern Warfare 3 that I would argue. That was definitely a step down from what had come before, particularly Modern Warfare 2. But Black Ops 2, series was riding high, and then this garbage came out. And I think, looking back, it probably would have been a bad idea for Call of Duty to just bring out Black Ops 2 on PS4, because this was the PS4's big shiny new game, or new Call of Duty rather. And it certainly didn't deliver that. Right side tower. I'll just make sure that I actually pay relative attention. This was the first Call of Duty to change this with the snipers. You'll notice we don't have black bars around the side. We've got, like, the actual area. We're looking at the tower. I wasn't really paying attention then. So we're called Logan in this game. Now the reason I picked this level is this level's actually got a lot of variety, and the excellent variety comes in that fact that we start with a stealthy section here, and we sneak in and infiltrate a base, and then we get out of there. And this is actually going to be a common theme in the levels I pick. It felt like every Call of Duty did this, where you had to do this whole infiltrating. And we got to a point in Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War where they absolutely nailed it. But you'll see the evolution of each one, particularly World War II. That's the big step up. You don't see too much of that here. This is quite a classical Modern Warfare level, really, because for all intents and purposes, COD Ghost is Modern Warfare 3 2.0. Even 1.5, maybe, because it's not really an evolution, is it? If we're completely honest. Let's go beat this guy up. Oh, it's a stab job, is it? But yeah, I'm looking forward to playing this one, this level. And as I say, we'll go all the way up to Modern Warfare 2, I think, with this. I don't have Modern Warfare 3. I don't even have Modern Warfare 2 2023 yet. So, we may have to make some purchases to carry this on, but we'll certainly go up to Vanguard. And Vanguard's going to be hard to find a level I love, because I love very little. I won't talk too much about the plot in this game here, because I think when we get onto the level I dislike, we can really get into the story, because I don't like anything about the story. But at this level, I just want to talk about what's really good in Call of Duty. And as I said, this was on PS4, and at the time, this Call of Duty looked magnificent. In comparison to other Call of Duties, not to what was on the PS4, because Killzone Shadowfall kind of really did a number all over this game, if you want to talk from a graphical standpoint. But yeah, I really like this section. It feels a bit, I don't know, agent-y, a bit James Bondy maybe, or to be sneaking in like this. It's something Call of Duty should definitely do more of, but it's kind of good that it's not overdone, because it's never gotten boring. But it's interesting, all the levels that I will play in this game are pretty much in a three-part section. This is like the last one, because this campaign, I think, starts really weak, has a phenomenal middle section that you're seeing now, and then it kind of dips again, and then it comes right back up at the end. I think the ending's actually really good. For the enemies, we are fighting South Americans. Somehow South America invaded America, USA rather, which, yeah, would totally happen. So here we go with the night vision goggles, which COD 4 made all very cool, didn't it, with that one level. But I always love stuff like this. But this is the thing with COD Ghosts. COD Ghosts really didn't bring anything new to the table, which was what its big issue with it. After a Call of Duty like Black Ops 2, it really hurt the franchise, I think. And I think it took the campaigns a long time to recover. And I still don't think we've had one as good as Black Ops 2. Although, I have to say, Black Ops Cold War was a very good Call of Duty. I'm looking very forward to that. In fact, that's going to be hard to find a level I dislike. So yeah, look out for that one. As I say, I still don't even know how I'm editing this. I might just put this out as it is, unprofessional and all. They seem to have some torches now. Or I might just cut bits out. Like, if I get particularly stuck on a section, I think I'm going to have to cut bits out, because nobody wants to watch me continuously die. We all found that out in the Evil Within playthrough. Although I actually think that provided some entertainment, but that's a different beast of a game than Call of Duty Ghosts, I have to say. But yeah, 2013, try and remember those years. It was a time when you were either playing GTA 5 all the time. You were either championing Bioshock Infinite as the greatest game of all time, or you weren't that fussed for it. It was one of the two. There was no middle ground with that. Or you were loving The Last of Us, which I certainly was at the time. See, I like all this because it kind of gives off a heist vibe, and this kind of stuff's always cool in games. Anyone that played Splinter Cell Chaos Theory can certainly attest to that. I think the best level in that game is the bank heist, and more games should have proper bank heists. And I don't mean like Grand Theft Auto heists, I mean like stuff like this, because it's a little different. This isn't really a bank heist, it's a... I can't remember what we're doing. We're trying to stop the South Americans from blowing us all up, I think. But I need to pay some attention now because we're actually into it. And I'm a bit rusty at COD because I haven't been playing COD in a long time. But this is certainly one of the easier Call of Duties. As they all were after Modern Warfare 2, 2009. This series was rock hard from COD 1 to COD 5. Speaking of which, we may be able to do the remastered Call of Duties, COD 4 and Modern Warfare 2. That might be a bit harder to find levels I dislike, because there's very little to dislike in those games. But yeah, as you can see, it's once you actually get playing this game, you either like Call of Duty or you don't, really, don't you? It's just about where you are. I mean, shooting's always been solid, so that's the thing. Even the worst Call of Duty is always somewhat worth playing if you enjoy FPS games, because you are getting the best shooting on the market, really. For hit scan weapons, that is, in military themed settings. I mean, if you're after something more in the Doom variety, then obviously you're not even getting close to that kind of combat. But I think comparing those is apples and oranges, isn't it, really? We also have leaning in this game, as you're seeing on display here. You'll see a lot of this in Modern Warfare 2019. Because if you want to survive in that game, you basically have to do that. But yeah, COD Ghosts, as much as enjoyable as this level is, there's nothing here that you're seeing if you're familiar with Call of Duty, and if you're a bit unfamiliar with this game. There was nothing new in this game that we hadn't seen before. It's a point I already mentioned, but here we go, a bit of snow. There are some beautiful visuals, though, in this section, I have to admit. And I think, 10 years on, it doesn't look terrible. It does look a bit PS3-y, but it's definitely got, increased fidelity that he's gone. That the PS3 couldn't deliver. But when we get to Black Ops Cold War, you'll see some really good really good visuals. But yeah, I just wanted to celebrate 20 years of COD and put some stuff back on the channel again, because that was a lot of fun in lockdown. Obviously we're well out of that now. Whoa, we're getting into it. Could we not have got away with that? But yeah, the kind of infiltration missions, I mean, you've kind of already seen them in Black Ops. Black Ops 1 had this kind of thing with the Executive Order mission, where you infiltrate the Soviet missile base. I mean, there wasn't much infiltration, it was about a good minute and a half, and then you were back to the usual shooting, but with far more engaging levels and enemy design that still felt somewhat fresh. At this point, that kind of mentality's gone now. And I'm going to need a new weapon, because I'm running out of ammo, which doesn't always happen in these games, so... We could have done with some ammo management, couldn't we? I don't really want a Bison, because it's kind of... I need an assault rifle. An AK-12 will do. Generic Kalashnikov. I'm a bad Eastern man weapon. This Call of Duty has sliding. That was this game's big thing, you just saw that then. Segway. No dolphin dive. Like the cool games. Can I shoot the scientist? I bet I can't. You had this weird sort of phase, didn't you, back in the early 2010s of like America being battered by these really weird enemies. Granted, North Korea was seen as a bit of a villain at the time, but you had Homefront that was pretending like, you know, North Koreans could actually overtake America, and you were just like, this just couldn't happen, could it, really? Let's have a turret. Now, you see, this is where COD get, you know, where does this look very familiar to? It's so, like... tear gas. Cool. What we got here? Mines, I guess. Shockwave claymores, blah, blah, blah. We'll just set these up. I'll just pay attention here. But, yeah, you've seen this in Modern Warfare 2, haven't you, with the estate? Again, nothing new. Let's say, it just sort of sums up this game, doesn't it? It's fun, it's enjoyable, but it ain't doing anything that you ain't seen before, is it, really? Let's, I'm going to hunker down here off memory, because this is actually somewhat tough on Veteran. But, I'm sure if I hunker down... Get you chucked up there. Right, let's get rid of the sniper rifle. You are no good to me. I'll take the big LMG thingy. Let's have some more mines. But yeah, I've got the turret in the good place, which helps massively. Let's get you out there, because they're going to try their luck. There we go, spread them out nicely. Shockwave claymores. Here we go, we are cooking now. Yep, right, now we need to start hunkering down. I can't remember where the ideal position is. It's been a long time since I played this level. But we've done the stealth part, now it's time for the generic defend the area. Things are blowing up, it's all very Call of Duty right now. We have tear gas, don't we, so we need to remember that. I wonder if I'm a better gamer in 2023 than I was in 2021. Sorry, 2013. I probably aren't, am I? I'm probably a much better overall gamer, but certainly not Call of Duty. I guarantee I did this game far better in those days. Oh, sugar. Taking some damage. It's finally happened. I assume my turret's still there, isn't it? Because it's doing a lot of work. And it's actually distracting a lot of people, which is handy. We've only got to hold out for about 2.5 minutes, so it's hardly a great deal of time. The only issue we've got is if we start getting flanked on the right, then we are a bit dicey. Sod Hesh. Yeah, we'll get into the whole brother dynamic in another level, I promise. I apologise if this is a bit of a boring one, because I'm just sort of playing the game and talking. But hey, I'm trying to fill the dead air, and that isn't always easy with Call of Duty. Checkpoint reached. If I can do this level without dying, I'll be very happy. Because we are on Veteran, right? Yeah, it doesn't say. That means the haters can claim I'm editing To which I'll say, my editing skills aren't good enough, so hate on that aspect, rather. But I remember playing this level exactly the same way 10 years ago. I don't think you're in any danger of failing if your brother gets shot. This isn't, you know, the estate. Having said that, he is whinging. But no, this is quite an intense bit of gameplay. I do enjoy this. Ah, let's go. But yeah, it's all very cool. It's all very Call of Duty, isn't it? At a time when the series had stopped kind of being cool. But with where the series has gone since, this is quite refreshing to come back to, in a sense. You know, with the series getting as mental as it does. But this is when Call of Duty got peak mental. No, it didn't actually. I apologise. That was coming in the next few, Infinite Warfare. But it starts with America getting all blown up. It was so dramatic. You go back to COD 4 and it's a lot more low-key, despite the fact that you're in a genuine war with Russia. But it's just where Call of Duty started taking itself. So we've got to pretend we're limping here. Kind of interesting. Can they not hear that really obvious American accent? If you're wondering, Merrick was Tommy in The Last of Us. He was also in Medal of Honor at around the same time as Mother. So if you recognise his voice, you know why. Oh, we lost that limp pretty quick. We're almost like football players. We've just had a bad tackle, but now we're fine now. We've got our free kick. We're carrying on.
Just lost our eyes. They have the plan.
So, I think... Oh, it's always the dogs, isn't it? Dogs always ruin it all. You just wouldn't hang about, would you? Exactly, get running. Oh god, the game's making us question our morality. All the dead bodies. So it's time for a fun car chase. Which is something straight out of Mission Impossible. If you wonder how old this game is, to kind of put into perspective, you know, 10 years. 10 years is a long time, but it's kind of hard to get your mind to sort of wrap itself around it. There was only 4 Mission Impossible films when this game came out. Now there's 7, which actually doesn't sound that much, does it? But we should have a few more of them. So we've got the big plot twist. They're going to blow up America even more than it already was. What a shame. I mean, look at that badge. That is just... looks a bit like EU, doesn't it, really? But it's South America. I don't think we'll see any of the space levels. I don't think they're in my selections. But here we go. We've got a turret section. We all love this stuff, don't we? I'd love if the camera stopped shaking. But yeah, this was typical Call of Duty, big turret section. These could sometimes be the worst bits on Veteran, because there isn't a right lot to them. Just kind of shoot the enemies. But you have a cool mechanic here of breaking the ice to make the enemies crash, which adds a bit different mechanic to it. Because usually you're just on a minigun. But I actually really enjoyed this. But yeah, just make some bumps and the car drive. You can still do the generic thing of shooting them, but it's far more cooler to do this, because you don't get to do this very often. We ain't doing too well here, mind. This reminds me a lot of Tomb Raider Legend. If anybody played that game, you had a bit where Lara Croft was on the bike, I think. And 2013 was the year that series got the reboot, of course, as well, and that got back in the public sphere by copying Uncharted. The big irony, of course, that Uncharted was about the biggest... Oh, I'm dead. First death. Uncharted being the biggest Lara Croft ripoff there was in 2007. I mean, essentially, all Uncharted was Gears of War and Tomb Raider. It is said, in fact, that the original Uncharted originally looked a lot more like Lara Croft than anything before Gears of War came out. Really cannot understate that game's impact on gaming. It really is just about as high as COD 4 and like Halo 1. There's a lovely, so we get a cool moment here. But yeah, that's the end of the level. That is a fun level. You know, at a time when this COD series wasn't at its peak, it doesn't give you a moment to soak that in, does it? But that's the end of the level. That's really easy. One death, and it was a turret section, so we're going to count that as 0. But yeah, hope you enjoyed that, guys. I know there's not a right lot to it, but I thought if you wanted some content or something to watch, there you go. If you want me to do something more like a full playthrough or something, I mean, I've actually got a lot more games now to play on the PS5 these days. In fact, last time I was doing videos, I was on a PS4, so that's how long it's been. But yeah, just let me know. We've got another 2 levels to come, not this one, so I'll quit here. But yeah, next time I'll probably do one of the levels I dislike, so I can talk a bit more about the game, because the level I dislike, I will show you already, is Brave New World. It's a dreadful level, it's boring, it's slow, it's everything I hate about, like, Call of Duty. Even going back to, like, the first one, it's like everything bad is crammed in that level. You're just following somebody, there's no creativity at all. And I can talk a lot more about the game there, because I won't have to focus as much. Not that I'm focusing that much on the one level I just did, Clockwork. But yeah, I think I've rabbited on long enough. Enjoy your Christmas all, and I hope you enjoy the video. And I'll see you guys on the next one.